Gardening tips number 11 with Dennis Hubbard. Scene 1, take 1.
Oh, good afternoon once again. It's a few weeks since we had number 10. And this is number 11, and we'll start with the self-sets. These snapdragons and pansies are self-setting.
What does self-set mean?
That means that the seeds are blown in from somewhere else and they've started to grow without any help. Right, we come round here and we look at the begonias. You remember one of our tips recently? We did show the begonias very tiny, the shoots very tiny, but now they're in full bloom. In fact, they've probably gone further, they've gone beyond bloom. What with the weather has been atrocious, and they don't like the weather, but they do like plenty of water. They must have plenty of water.
So that was in gardening tips number 7, where we were showing you how to do the begonia cuttings. Now these are absolutely fantastic. Have you been feeding these at all?
No, we don't feed them, just plenty of water. Just plenty of water.
Absolutely fantastic.
You can get show begonias, but of course you must titivate them in a greenhouse for months and months, and it's just not worth it. These are sort of border begonias which always come out well. Right, we'll go on to the hydrangea now.
Hydrangea.
It's in full flower. In fact, it's on the wane a little bit because of the weather. But this sort of cutting here, if you cut that off from there, because it hasn't got a flower on, it will come up next year, and I have some round the corner that were set from last year. Now, we have an abundance of mint, but as I said before, after the mint in the autumn, dig round it to stop the roots penetrating just about everywhere. Parsley, okay in a tub, in a pot, works out very well. The clematis are now dying off. This is a Will Goodwin, which is an offcut from a Will Goodwin over there. In other words, at the beginning of this year, in the spring, the roots on a clematis are huge. Slice them in two, and you have got two clematis. This clematis, I don't know what it is. It's one I sliced off from somewhere over there, but I just don't know really.
It's not got many flowers on it.
It's got no flowers. It's got no flowers, no buds, and I'm just waiting to see what that turns out.
I see the Espelair tree there. That's coming on.
This cherry tree doesn't like me. I've had very little fruit on it, simply because I'm deviating from the norm. It should go up, and I'm trying to get it to go across.
Well, perhaps next year it will produce something.
Once these reach the end, once we reach the wall, they will be stopped, and then we may get much more fruit. But it's better to have the fruit at picking level rather than have to climb up.
Yeah. At
my age, anyway.
Your dahlias have grown up.
These dahlias come every year. Never take them up. I never take them up. Never take them out of the ground. And this one particularly is a lovely orange and yellow. Lovely one. And I never take them up. I leave them in the ground all year round.
And your geraniums have come up nicely?
Yes, unfortunately the weather has battered them, and they really don't like the wind and the rain.
It's August 2009 and we've had a lot of rain, haven't we?
This clematis is Jackman 2, a Jackman 2, and it really it's past its best now. Obviously it's been beautiful all year round, and we've got the rose tree, of course, which is a nice yellow rose, beautiful. Right, we come on to the first.
I like the geraniums though. They're really nice. You take those up in the winter?
Take them up in the winter.
And where do you put them in the winter?
In the winter, just put them in a tray with damp soil, and
in a greenhouse.
Yes, in the greenhouse. And at the beginning of the spring, pick off the best of what's there. Almost cuttings from the original root, and you'll get as many geraniums as you want. You take this one. It's just from one little cutting last year, and Yeah, they're marvellous, marvellous.
And you've got some plums on this tree.
Well, before we go to the Victoria plum tree, we'll look at this. It's only the second year James Grieve apple. There's the big one over there, but this is the second year, and they are a beautiful, beautiful apple. Easy to grow, and very little room, and then of course we've got the Victoria plum. Absolutely loaded. Another 2 weeks, and we shall have them in fruit. They are really.
So by the end of August,
yes,
they'll
they
be.
really are a tree that's worth having in a garden.
Victoria plums.
Look at this. Look at the crop on there.
It looks like the branch can hardly hold the weight of the plums.
It can't. You should sort of stake them up.
But they're going to be nice, aren't they?
They're so near to the ground, it's okay. Yeah. Then we have this Cox's orange pippin. Very difficult, as I said, they're very difficult to grow. But the fruit, look at that beautiful fruit. But not a lot of fruit on it this year. It'll probably be next year when we get more fruit on it.
And that's come up well, that clematis.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice clematis. This is what we call Polish spirit. It is a beauty. It really is.
It is nice, yeah.
Doesn't take any growing at all. No fertilizer, just plenty of water when it's dry. This, of course, is the Comis pear, which I mentioned before. Doesn't fruit, doesn't blossom. It's got its last year. This next year, if it doesn't blossom, it's going out. Now we have damsons, what you call small plums. They're just turning now. You can see the colour of them, and they are lovely. They're good for cooking, good for jams. There again, small tree, small garden, plenty of room. Right, I think we'll call that a day for today, and we'll probably do number 12 soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.